this Shadow Fiend with a good enough lane, I think Paparazzi controls the game for them and controls the space for Lou and can really open it up. Like I like this draft that's come from Xtreme Gaming. That's not to say I don't like IGs. I think I just have more confidence in Xtreme as a team too. Like I'm been burned on so many IG calls this year. I can't anymore. But you know, it'll be interesting to see, especially if it's going to start off with Paparazzi going down for first blood. That's huge here for IG, and they might even get themselves a second on PYW. They're looking for a second, and all of a sudden the damage is kind of turning around a little bit, but they just don't have a Shadow Fiend to work with. But a big kill there nonetheless for IG.
Need to finish off my predictions. Keep on talking, please.
Ooh, I didn't even do mine. Total number of player deaths.
Magic or pure damage?
Emo. I don't know. Barracks, fool me once, but there's Alina, 20 to 30. There's also an SF and a troll, so I'm doing 20 to 30 again. And team with the first barracks, I'll do Xtreme. We'll see what we.
I just did everything the opposite of what you said. That was my play.
Okay,
just
fair enough.
Countered you completely. Yeah.
So it's not shocking.
The first death on SF, it doesn't really hurt him that much, right? Like, who got the first blood in the end? It was FY on the Marcy.
Yeah.
Makes his game a little bit easier, but it's not like Lina got the first blood and now the lane is impossible to play. Overall, it sometimes happens. I have to say though, like, looking at these two drafts and looking at the drafts that we had in the previous series, it's just like night and day difference. Like, both of these drafts, both of these teams know exactly what they need from their heroes, and everyone. Like, it all makes sense.
He's gonna fall to Lou.
The tri-lane.
Yeah, this is a swap in lanes and a tri-lane, aggressive tri-lane that gets them a kill. And just to extend on your point, then I actually want to talk about this as they switch to a 2-on-2, but they still throw Lou in the off lane. To extend on your point of the drafts, these are drafts that know what they want to do, and that comes from experience. We just went from two teams that have not a lot of experience, and you know they are getting there. There are a lot of young players on those teams, and to two teams that are mostly veterans, minus Lou, and maybe you don't include Ollie in that conversation. But like, these are players that know what they want out of the game. These are players that know what they want out of their lane. They have been here. Like, I don't know. They're not going to be experimenting too much with drafts, what it felt like in the last series. So it's certainly interesting. And then to roll it back to what I wanted to ask you is, what do you think about Lou being in that off lane?
Well, he's still going to be your position one, right?
Oh, of
he's
course.
Just playing on the off lane. He's just they're just setting up the lanes in a way that benefits them the most. I think that's completely fine. It's also the long lane, which isn't necessarily played next to the tier 1 tower on the top lane very often. So Marcy, with the dispose, with the rebound, shouldn't be able to just mess with the troll that easily. However, keep this in mind. You have two ways of dislocating heroes, right? Like, you have Skewer and you have Marcy. So, like on XG, like this Lich, he needs to be careful not to get like completely drawn to the tower.
A little bit similar to that Marcy tiny lane in terms of the dislocations. They're actually sending the Marcy over towards mid, and just thinking about Shadow Fiend mid back in the day when he used to draft Shadow Fiend Clockwork as your combo, as you deny souls in the fountain.
That was an interesting TP from Marcy, but why did he do it? He did it because he managed to make a pull on top lane. And because of that pull, if Magnus is free farming under the tower, you don't have to be there, you don't have to leech his experience. Instead, you rotate mid and you... He did kind of try to force it. Like, there was no way he catches SF there, but if SF perhaps moves out of position...
It's a little greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly, the potential there is like it felt very low risk, high reward, right?
Exactly.
So I would say that makes a lot of sense.
It's mostly low risk because the Magnus is free farming no matter what. Like you know that you're not necessary there. So the only problem is like this opportunity cost. Like you don't have a TP anymore, which might be a problem. But I'm sure he'll get it soon.
You know, we talked about how Troll was in the off lane as Magnus goes down. A lot of damage being done there by DY with what I believe was that level 2 in the Frost Blast, enough to get JT. Is, you know, they did the same thing. If JT's up here top, flies down there bottom, and now Lina over in the mid lane taking some damage. PYW in, FY over to the side. He's going to need to help out. They also have the help from Ollie, so now a dispose and a rebound that's going to get a stun. They've got the enchanted creep of the golem, so the mud golem trying to continue and get kills on the paparazzi, and that's exactly what they'll do. The sinister gaze isn't enough to get them to look down the eyes of the lich and get an SF out.
Lich mid lane.
Yeah, he got caught by the rebound, and now they've got the LSA, so DY's dead, and Emo gets a kill. So not only does paparazzi die there, but, well, the other side of the coin is that Lina got another kill.
No more kills in the next 5 minutes, please. That's it. 5 kills. That's all you get. That's my prediction. I needed to put that pen there. I was way too conservative, considering these supports, and that's what we talked about, right? This is what we actually discussed. The supports on both of these sides, they're just so good and making plays around the mid lane.
Making plays in all the lanes, I would say. You know, there is opportunity, I would almost say, anywhere on the map for both sides. We saw a kill on JT over towards top. If you really want to play aggressively with Fly as well as Enchantress, you kind of can, right? Like, if you've got the mud golems, if you have an enchant off cooldown with a Boundless Strike, you can go. You can make a move bottom, right?
Definitely. I think, like you said, all heroes on the map are very susceptible to ganks. They're killable.
And
perhaps even that Magnus is the hardest one.
And he's already been killed once before, so
that was a strange kill though. Like, the reason why they killed him on top lane is because he had boots delivered, but they went into backpack. Mid lane.
Yeah, rebound in LSA. Oh, paparazzi, he is dead again. They're going to get another kill into the Shadow Fiend, and all this hype up of paparazzi being on the Shadow Fiend over mid has kind of fallen flat. DY on the run. These mud golems chasing. The LSA is there onto PYW. They've got the rebound. They'll get the kill, and they will find themselves at least one.
Yeah, the poor little Lich escapes. They found two. What are you talking? SF and the Earth Spirit? Oh, you mean between the Lich and the Earth Spirit? Yeah, makes sense. We go for the tower now as well. SF again.
Oh God, SF in trouble, and while trying to run, roll in, and FY, he's in a little bit deep. I'm getting a little bit of a lag here.
Yeah, it's fine. Like on the mid lane, they tried to go for the SF, but this time around, he was quick to sidestep. It was actually the Lich that saved him with the Sinister Gaze. Like, saves him. Monkey King actually falls to the soul of that Prophet. Damn. Okay, that's a big kill. Old 11, just doing old 11 things. He's actually almost completed, well, not almost completed, but he has what? He has enough gold to buy the Vitality Booster together with the Nern. Lina. No, she's just farming the jungle. Enjoy my play-by-play, guys. This is Blizzard play-by, the Slavic play-by-play.
I'm reconnecting to the game as I was getting the firewall, the well-known firewall, but we so are back.
What happened is that Prophet got a solo kill on Monkey. That's probably the most important play. Exorcism was expended, but still, it's a massive kill.
Yeah, I think getting that kill and slowing down Fly is a big thing, especially on one of his, I would say, signatures on this Monkey King. You need to make sure that you slow him down, especially with the Shadow Fiend struggling, and PYW will die to Fly. So you do get one kill, but you end up giving one up. And so far, so good for IG. They've looked like the cleaner team thus far.
So far, definitely they have, but that comes on the back of abusing the SF on mid lane. And it's usually how it goes, right? Like SF, if there's something that you can do to him, you can always gank him. They've done exactly that in bottom lane.
Ooh, just going in with the rebound as well as the dispose. PYW rolls in. They've got DY. They have another one TPing over. Fly in trouble. The raises are in. And everybody's got themselves a new salary as they get the kill on a Fly. They'll look over at Emo. The Requiem's going to be used by Paparazzi. Another raise hits on the Emo. The chase is on. They've got the roll. They'll get the kill. They'll take it a second. And 2 heroes gone on the side of IG as maybe they find a third, but unable to stop that TP escape.
That's always a hard play to make. Like, you talked about heroes that are killable. Everyone is, but some heroes are perhaps a little bit harder to take down, specifically at that Prophet. Like, you're diving her under a tier 1 tower with 2 melee heroes. Lina is too far to actually instantly burst her, so that Prophet gets to use all the Spirit Siphons. If she gets to use all the Spirit Siphons, like, you're not killing her. So your whole move, not only does it get rebuffed, you also lose a tier 1 tower as a punishment.
Yeah, and that is something that's going to feel really bad, right? Like, you had a little bit of a foothold on this game. It felt like you were maybe having some sort of a grasp on this one. But unfortunately, going and diving like that is maybe overplaying your hand. And it's something that IG, I think, have done pretty continuously throughout the year, is just overplay their leads. And I made air quotes, but nobody saw them, as it feels like they get like a little bit ahead and then they just kind of toss it all away thinking there's more than there is.
Oh, that's probably the best description that I've heard of IG. It's, yeah, they can take a lead, but they can throw it much easier than they can take it. That's how I see them as well. It's like they get in front, but a couple of rash moves. They just want to be. It feels like a little bit of disrespect even to some teams, right? Like, it feels like, okay, we got a 5k lead. We just want to end the game right now. Let's go. Let's crush them. Let's stomp them. We're bored. Usually,
and I think Exorcism top. I was gonna say, I think there was a time where, you know, maybe IG could get away with that, and maybe the IG of old could do that. And for the most part, Kaka's not here, but the roster stayed the same everywhere else. So do they still believe that? And I maybe get a glimpse of thinking that they do because of the fact that they talk how they're gods, as Fly chain frost bouncing and well, dying again, trying to make a very aggressive move, albeit on 2 supports, but they still get Fly out of it, and now they're gonna look over at mid. Blink, RP, skewer back should line up into the LSA, but I believe the LSA is off the mark. They still get Paparazzi, but Old 11's here and lose over to the side. Emo, he dies for this. This should have been an easy alley-oop, but instead, it's able to be returned and rebutted by Xtreme Gaming, and they're going to get FY2. Oh boy, yeah, and Ollie, he might be the extra. It looks like he is the extra, and you're going to read all about it as he's on the kill feed. Lou getting a double kill and taking out Ollie on the back end.
Yeah, it's a 143 plus an RP has been used, so overall quite terrible for IG, really. At least they got the SF, which is something, but it's a play that they were setting up for. It's a smoke that they made, and it still didn't really bring them a lot.
They RP'd. It should have been easy to land that LSA. It was right there for them.
Yeah, it was on the edge. Like, he LSA'd on the edge.
You think he just got greedy with it? Like, tried to put it on the edge, and maybe that's a little bit of overthinking it? Similar to, like, when we used to see voids with like heroes that needed chrono, like enemy heroes on the edge of their chronos.
Well, it's an LSA, it's not a chrono. You're not gonna stun your own allies if you use it. It's like it doesn't really matter. Perhaps he was thinking he'll catch a Nerd Spirit or something like that with a clip of it, or I'm not sure. When it's all completed, like, yeah, definitely the kill could have been easier and probably they'd survive if they killed the SF a bit faster. But Alina is actually going for power threads, like no travels this game, which is also something a bit different. Like Emo usually did go for travels before on Alina, but now it's Falcon Blade and the power threads.
BYW! Oh, rolls right on him. Not where the balance strike came from, but predicted the jump. Pretty move and a kill for the side of Xtreme.
What about SF? His invis? If there was a rune, maybe. Nice attempt.
Gen bottom. He's only got Dragonlance. Like maybe a little bit surprised that he's going BKB that way. I feel like so many players have chosen to go, like, if they do have a component, to just disassemble and get the least expensive route. But JT in trouble. The roll is out. The kill is there. The Chain Frost again going to show to be very strong. They get the kill to JT. They're going to look for more. Fly trying to go to the ult, but never had a chance. Two heroes dead on the side of IG. Ollie on the run. The roll hits on FY. He'll dispose, but his life is disposed of, and they'll look for Ollie as another kill, as in the hands of Xtreme Gaming. 4-0. And Xtreme are ripping them up at the seams.
You just have gods on your supports. The whole team is like clockwork when it comes to the way they pick, but it's truly supports. Like, you jump in, you try to RP the SF. The moment you jump in with Magnus, you get Sinister Gazed. Like, the Lich stops you, then the follow-up from Silence is there as well. It's just played to perfection by Xtreme Gaming. Meanwhile, IG so far, when it comes to their supports, they've had a couple of good plays, but they've had a couple of bad ones too. Like, if you were thinking about the bottom lane, when Monkey and Enchantress were making a move on Earth Spirit and Lich, like, one of the only reasons why Monkey dies there is Enchantress puts the creep. Oli puts a creep next to him. He gets chain frosted. DY and PYW playing flawlessly. On the other side, FY and Oli having a good game, but not a perfect one.
FY gonna come over, and the LSA misses again. Goes Laguna Blade. They do have the damage this time, but Emo, that is not the first time, and it doesn't look like it'll be the last time that he misses an LSA that's been queued up for him. Ollie might be in too far. He's got JT over the side, but JT's already blinked away, so Sinister Gaze wraps the chains and gets the kill onto Ollie, and DY's there again, part of 12 of these 16 kills.
Of course he is. Every single one. Yeah, Enchantress, sometimes you do that, right? Like, why was she positioned the way she was, Old 11 bottom lane?
RP, Wukong's, and Old 11 not looking like he's going to survive. And it combines to get a kill. And I think at this point in the game, it's a kill that is netting them a decent amount. But I feel as though RP and Wukong's being down offers Xtreme a little bit of confidence to potentially go for a move of their own.
They could go for something like Rush if they wanted to once the BKB on SF is completed. That's true. But I think if you're Invictus Gaming, beggars can't be choosers at the moment. Like, you just use your RP on any single core that you can take down, and you're satisfied with that. Yeah, you would like to save it for a bigger objective, but you can't afford that.
Yeah, and Lou's gonna get a kill there onto FY, so he is top of the net worth by a significant margin. Pretty scary. It's a quick battle fury into the BKB. if they truly wanted to, I assume they might be able to go for Roche with ease, especially with RP down for another 45 seconds.
They're gonna do it. That's the way they're playing, at least around the pit. SF has no mana, he has no BKB. But because of the BKB on Troll that you mentioned, I think they can.
It doesn't even look like IG are going to try for this. They're so far, and yeah, they're not even going that way.
Easy Aegis going for Troll. Would you rather put it on Troll or SF at this point?
I would say probably SF in my eyes, just because it seems like Paparazzi's having a little bit of difficulty surviving in these fights, but he's also getting a BKB, which is just finished, so that might give Paparazzi at least enough confidence where he thinks he doesn't need it. Meanwhile, Sinister Gaze onto Ollie. They've got the Geomagnetic Grip and the Boulder Smash combo, so DY takes out Ollie as they combine their forces to get themselves yet another. If Qualifier isn't careful,
they're trying to set up here, right? That's what they're doing. Like, he needs to be careful, but they're also planning, okay, if they split up, maybe we can RP into Wukong's command.
But PYW just knows. He just knows. How? He just knows, dude. This guy is absolutely out of his mind. Like, please, can I put my hands up and get his energy? Like, what is this man?
I love your disbelief. Like, I just love it.
I felt it. I felt it.
This knows. How does he know? Just how? Why is this it's not fair.
Yeah, it really is that. Like, I watched them. It's almost like they were like, they knew that they were down there and they were baiting it a little bit. They were just like, no, Old 11, just scoot out a little bit, show yourself. And like,
Well, it did happen once before, right? That's
yeah.
the way they caught Old 11. And it is a play that has been done for it's kind of a popular play. You hide yourself in the trees with the catch, you follow up with the... Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but you said it.
And then, like, they get this feeling again where maybe they could go mid, but they don't know what they want. They're going to go towards top, and if anybody joins them in the jungle, they're dead. And if IG are aware of this, and it seems like they are, they just go bottom and the top tower goes down. So Xtreme get what they want, even if the smoke doesn't connect.
They can take the outpost too, right? Like, now that tier 2 has fallen, you take the outpost and you start assaulting the mid tier 1, tier 2 tower. I don't know, it just feels like IG, they're constantly waiting for something else. And now they have the BKB on Monkey, they have the BKB on Lina, everything is there. But are they... They just have to execute this properly now.
Countless strike, but again, Lu, he's got an Aegis for another 2 minutes. I don't really know what you accomplish if your attention is on to Lu, truthfully. And if you RP him, it just sets up for Xtreme to turn the fight around. Skewer LSA, maybe after the Aegis. That was really well played. That was the combo they've been looking for, but on the back lines of it all, they're going to try and roll in here. PYW is in. The Chain Frost goes out with the BKBB Popeye Fly, but the right-click damage from Lu. They'll take out FY. He'll try to survive. The RP is in. The damage from the Monkey King. Paparazzi drops. And they'll use the Laguna Blade to take out Lu. So they get the 1-2 combo on the side of Xtreme gone. They've used the Exorcism. They can still kind of hold their ground, so IG don't get everything, but they get something so juicy. Unfortunately, it costs them Fly and their tier 2 mid.
Yeah, you lose tier 2 mid, but you fought into an Aegis. You took down both of their cores, like
and won,
SF
I would
say. Yeah, like, if you're IG, if you're all right with what just happened, you executed almost perfectly. Yeah, both of them got caught in RP, which wasn't that great. But besides that, they executed really, really well. Basically, when you're playing versus an Aegis like that, what you want to do is you want to kill the hero carrying the Aegis without committing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't truly commit anything, right? Like, no, all they did was just skewer him back, LSA, and right-click him to death, so...
So still a 7K lead there for Xtreme, but I think that's certainly a jumping off point. The problem is it feels as though it needs to be that perfect from IG at the moment. The way they're setting up their combos, the way they're looking to get kills. Like you said, it feels very reactive from IG, but only when they feel most confident. Like sometimes lacking even, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. But at the same time, they couldn't really play the game up to that point, as they just didn't have the items. They didn't have the BKBs, the Monkey King. Imagine if Monkey fights the same fight but without the BKB. He just gets blown up instantly. He can't really do anything. This way, he actually gets the Jingu Mastery stacks, he actually heals back up, and is able to survive long enough.
Another smoke. Roll Yule's up into the air. Ollie is in trouble, and he'll definitely fall.
That kick in the end. Get the hell out of here.
So at the moment they need to find a way to deal with the troll, and they've done so a couple times. They're gonna look over mid, roll in. PYW gets the silence on a 2. Yules himself up into the air. The skewer misses, but the LSA, the Laguna, the right click damage coming out from Emo is more than enough. They'll look to get Old 11. He'll put together the Aeon disc as he's got the Exorcism, the Requiem, keeping him alive with the Chain Frost. It chains a couple of kills. DY on a mega kill streak. They take it out Emo. They'll end up losing FY. Old 11 wants more, and the rest need to leave.
Yeah, just a perfect Aeon disc from Old 11 with the Aeon disc saving himself a little bit earlier, and then Requiem just completely winning that fight for Xtreme Gaming. Earth Spirit was actually aiming the roll not on the Lina. He even got surprised when it connected. He wasn't aiming for her, but then, okay, I guess I'm on Lina now, what can I do? Still though, it's like the quick thinking that they've got, it just makes the best out of the bad situation.
It puts them right back to a 10K lead. Like they continue to take winning fights. And even the fight that they lost, I would say, yes, IG in my eyes won it, but also could be considered pretty even, right?
Yep, especially when you're losing the Monkey King in these fights, right? Like, he's not really progressing. You could argue that Lina is just as strong of a core, and when you look at her item build, like the Dragonlance, the crit, like, she will be your win condition as well.
Skewer into the LSA. They land it this time, and with a Boundless Strike, they'll get the kill. The Chain Frost, the Ice Spire, it's all there with the BKBs being popped, and Lou moving in. He wants something. The RP comes out, but the Sinister Gaze to follow it up. They get the kill into JT. They're going to look over at Fly will pop his own BKB. Old 11 moving forward, and eventually slowed up.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue there is the RP. Like, you just utilized it. Rush is up, luckily for IG, only in 2 minutes. So, because of that, the RP should be back up. You will be able to use it for the big fight.
Yeah, they'll have time to kind of regroup, and then I think they're doing a pretty good job of kind of holding their own at times on IG, but they need to make this game a little bit closer, right? Like, it's just a bit far between them. The Magnus doesn't have much. Monkey King's kind of getting there. It almost feels like they're a little reliant on the damage that Alina's doing, which we've seen at times can just 2 or 3 shot these supports.
Yeah, like, their game plan is pretty much always the same. Jump in with the Magnus, skewer a target back into LSA, eliminate it as soon as possible, and then use the RP afterwards somehow. So far, it has worked. Like, they can get the kills. It's just that it will become harder. Like Aeon Discon, that Prophet obviously already makes it hard, but Earth Spirit is getting one as well.
And we were talking about JT earlier in the draft. I do feel as though he's had a relatively decent game in terms of what he's been able to accomplish. Like his initiations have been pretty solid. They've gotten what IG have been able to get out of this game up to this point, in my eyes.
Oh, look at that! Jumps in, breaks the tree.
Yeah, they're gonna look. Fly in trouble. The right click's coming in. The Chain Frost comes out. The Sinister Gaze is down, and Fly and Ollie will both fall. Xtreme always seem to be on it.
Yeah, they had this ward on the high ground that scouted everything for a really long time, and then Lu obviously blink daggers, uses the Battle Fury to cut the tree, cuts the tree where Monkey is in, and now Rosh is up, actually. They got, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, no Monkey King in 25. He doesn't have buyback. They're not exactly over there, so by the time they get there, he's probably respawning. The question is, does IG want to make the move? It almost feels like they're down so much they have to make a move to go for this Rosh defense, but I just don't think they're going to be in there in time.
Exactly, they're already too far. Like, they can smoke up right now, the three of them, but they're waiting for Lina even. By the time Hemo gets there, this Rosh is, what, he's dead?
Yeah.
It's done.
They're not even going to go, yeah. So this time, Paparazzi, he does get the Aegis. The Shard goes to the Death Prophet, which adds that Spirit Siphon upgrade with the Fear, and makes this even harder for IG. With the amount of time that Old 11's been living in these fights, past BKBs and everything, it could be a big issue.
Yeah, just siphoning and fearing. What is it, 3 seconds, right? With the Shard? Yeah. If they're siphoned for 3 seconds, they get feared for 1.5.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
So we'll see if IG again can defend. You can see Emo, when he's given the opportunity, can output quite a bit of damage. It feels like he's more so carrying this game, similar to the Somnus situation that RNG had earlier this year when he held the game on the high ground as Alina, but was in a much better spot as said Alina in terms of what he had item and experience-wise. And they have to all TP because Xtreme's coming across and they're not stopping for anything. So TPs and maybe escape. JT staying a little bit long. They're starting to come south. Finally, Fly, he'll TP away, and JT will blink into the trees and do the same.
It kind of always feels the same way, really. Like when you have a Lina, she 99% of the time turns into the main right clicker, right? The main damage dealer, and your position 1 is just that guy that goes in front and creates space.
Right.
SF?
Yeah, they're going to go. RP is in. This is decent. They've got the Spire down as well as the Chain Frost. It's bouncing, but is it going to be enough? They get the kill on a Paparazzi. They'll take the Aegis, but they'll end up losing PYW as well. So Xtreme without the Earth Spirit, and they need to start to retreat on the side of IG. They've used a lot of what they can throw in terms of ults, and pretty much everything has already been used. There was an Exorcism committed, and it still is 4 heroes knocking on the high ground of IG.
Exorcism is running out. Maybe this might be a time for IG to think about reinitiating.
Blink, Skewer, find something would be nice, but no RP, and they just don't commit. Again, though, it's a good combo that ends up netting them PYW. It would have gotten them that kill on a Paparazzi, obviously, if he was Sans Aegis, but still, there is a lot of hope here for IG to potentially hold the high ground. They can get that done 2 or 3 more times, and I know that's asking a lot, but it's certainly possible.
The only problem is that was very cocky coming from XG, because the 2 of them were kind of alone. So they got initiated on, they got completely separated from anyone else by the Wukong's command. That truly feels like really well done play by IG, but at the same time, like XG, perhaps they were a tiny little bit out of position. Troll has an Abyssal, by the way, so Blink Abyssal. This Lina does not feel as safe any longer.
No, trying to sit back as far as possible is going to be a bit more of a difficult task.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It seems like after that, a little bit of a slip up, Xtreme are looking for their next items, and they're going to commit to just getting them. IG don't want to give them that time. I kind of like this, too.
But they have the RP, right? Like, there's no reason for them to wait anything.
And if they can set it up with the LSA to follow it up, they've got the extra lockdown, maybe a boundless strike. They definitely have the chain combo to lock down these heroes if done correctly to make something happen. But instead, smoke allows them to leave the base. They go get the outpost. They reclaim their side of the map.
Will we see a smoke? Yeah, we will see a smoke from Radiant now. They're well positioned on the side of IG. The high ground is theirs. They can break the smoke easily.
Roll in and aggressive from Xtreme Gaming. They're going to go to the BKBs. They'll drop down the Wukongs, but the right click's coming through. They're going to go for Emo. That's the plan. The Spirit siphons out. They get the kill into PYW. They're taking out the Earth Spirit to start this one off with the BKB as well as the RP being used. They've got the Troll locked down, but do they have the damage to get the kill with Paparazzi? Pop of the BKB as well as the Requiem. They'll take out Fly, look towards the rest, and this didn't exactly go well for IG when they weren't able to get any damage out from this Lina. And Wu is looking for something, a potential bash on the TP, but like you said, the plan is to just go on to Emo, and that's exactly what they did, and it worked out in droves there. Didn't clean up many heroes, but getting the Monkey King is certainly a start.
Mind, that's much harder done. Like, we see everything. We see the high ground. We see where Lina is. It's not that simple for XG. Like, they roll in with the Earth Spirit. They get like what? They get half a second of vision from that roll. Understand exactly where everyone is, so they jump the Lina instantly with the Troll, with the Abyssal, then the DP follows up. Like, these are milliseconds. It's so difficult to execute the way they're executing.
They're getting what seems to be enough information, and the quick trigger is certainly there for Xtreme. And we'll see if they can keep it up, as they keep extending their lead with the amount of the map that they have acquired as well. They were 10K, now it's 19K. It's a minute 30 till the potential next Roche. Like, IG aren't getting much out of the map, and they smoke to that position to get there and find more farm, right? Like, it just... You get there, and then what? You farm a little bit and give up a kill on your Monkey King, so it doesn't really net you much.
It didn't net them in that particular situation, but it doesn't make it a bad play.
No.
You know.
Dire's top tower
Just Xtreme feel like they read the play properly, right?
Exactly. You see, like, even this from IG, it's still good. Like, you're protecting your triangle. It gives Monkey at least a little bit of space to farm. You're also on the high ground.
Just kind of waiting near this Roche pin. There's still 40 seconds left to go. This time IG are a lot closer. I would just say that they need to be a little bit wary about losing any numbers coming into the Roche fight, right? Like, that's what's plagued them the last few Roches, is just every time they're down a hero, or they're they're down two.
How do you adjust to that, though? It's difficult because it's actually XG making it, right? Like, they always make this play, the smoke play just before Roche. Perhaps a smoke play of IG on their own is a move.
Sinister Gaze, it's out of control how fast he is on that. There's no buyback available on the Magnus. They'll go to the Abyssal Blade. Again, IG, they just cannot pull off anything every single time Xtreme are ready, and every single time Xtreme come out ahead. They get 3 kills there, and they will look for more.
Yeah, DY is just a god. That's it. Like, you jump in from
Radiant's
smoke
bottom
on the
tower
Dead
has
Prophet,
fallen.
instantly gets sinister gazed. And
Dire's middle tower
it's not the
is
first
under
time.
attack.
It's like every single fight this
Radiant
game
structures are fortified.
where JT tries to make a move, he gets cancelled out by the Lich.
Do you think that that
Dire's
is
middle
him
barracks
like
has fallen.
queuing it up,
Radiant's bottom tower
just
is
being
under
ready?
attack. Dire's
Yeah, of
top
course.
tower
Like,
is under
like
if
that's
you-
got to
if you're
be a
show-
hey bait, right? Stand
Yeah,
close
yeah,
to each
yeah,
other.
100%. It's not only him, it's the whole team effort. Lina?
Roll attempt and looking for the Wukong's almost kicked out of the circle. PYW, that's a little bit too far. That impetus is going to follow all the way through, but they don't end up getting the kill on a PYW either. They've used the RP. They've got the balanced strike. Just getting the ulti off. Blue's able to survive. Oh, dear. 3 heroes gone. It is crumbling for the side of IG, just like their racks up top. Triple kill for Lou. And it's on to the tier 4s. They'll call GG.
Dire's middle tower
Xtreme Gaming 34 to 15 and clean the entire way through. Wow.
1 out of 4 correct predictions. Only the barracks.
I got
But,
2. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, really well done by XG. I would just commend their supports. The amount of work that they've made in this game was incredible. Like, it looked kind of rough a little bit at the beginning, right?